Conor McGregor's $100 million cryptocurrency portfolio was supposed to be secret until a blockchain analyst discovered transactions that prove he's been manipulating entire markets for years. Picture this: it's 2 a.m. in a nondescript office building in Singapore, and Dr. Zhang, one of the world's leading blockchain forensics experts, stares at his computer screen in complete disbelief. For the past 6 months, he's been investigating unusual trading patterns in the cryptocurrency markets, massive transactions that seem to follow no logical pattern, moving hundreds of millions of dollars across different digital currencies with timing that defied traditional market analysis. What Dr. Zhang discovered that night would shock the financial world and reveal that one of the most famous fighters on the planet had been secretly operating as one of cryptocurrency's most powerful and dangerous players. The investigation began when several major cryptocurrency exchanges noticed trading patterns that suggested coordinated market manipulation on a scale that could only be accomplished by someone with extraordinary resources and inside information. The transactions weren't random, they followed sophisticated patterns that indicated a single entity or coordinated group was moving massive amounts of digital currency in ways designed to influence market prices. But every time investigators tried to trace these transactions back to their source, they hit dead ends. The operations used advanced privacy techniques, multiple wallet addresses, and routing systems that made traditional financial tracking nearly impossible. That's when Dr. Zhang was called in. His specialty is finding the unfindable, using advanced analytical techniques to trace cryptocurrency transactions through the most complex privacy systems and identify the real people and organizations behind anonymous digital wallets. What he found would change everything people thought they knew about Conor McGregor's business empire and financial sophistication. But before we reveal the shocking scope of Conor's cryptocurrency operations, you need to understand how he first became involved in digital currency and why he chose to keep it completely separate from his public business ventures. Conor's entry into cryptocurrency began in 2017, during the early days of Bitcoin's massive price surge. Like many wealthy individuals, he initially approached digital currency as a speculative investment, a way to diversify his portfolio and potentially profit from the explosive growth of this new asset class. His first investment was relatively modest by his standards, about $2 million spread across Bitcoin, Ethereum, and several smaller cryptocurrencies that his financial advisors had identified as having significant growth potential. The investment was handled through traditional wealth management channels, with proper documentation and tax compliance. But Conor quickly realized that cryptocurrency offered something that traditional investments couldn't: complete privacy and the ability to move large amounts of money across international borders without the oversight and restrictions that come with conventional banking systems. More importantly, he discovered that the cryptocurrency markets were largely unregulated and susceptible to manipulation by individuals with sufficient resources and intelligence. Unlike stock markets, which are heavily monitored and regulated by government agencies, the crypto world operated more like the Wild West, with enormous opportunities for those willing to take risks and operate in gray areas. By early 2018, Conor had quietly assembled a team of cryptocurrency experts, blockchain developers, and financial analysts who began developing strategies that went far beyond simple investment. They were building a system that would allow him to influence and profit from cryptocurrency markets in ways that most people couldn't even imagine. And here's where the story takes a shocking turn that reveals the true scope of Conor's digital empire. Dr. Zhang's breakthrough came when he identified a pattern in the timing of major cryptocurrency transactions that correlated with Conor's public appearances and fight schedules. Large buy orders would appear in the markets just before major UFC events or business announcements, followed by strategic sell orders that maximized profits from the resulting price movements. The correlation was undeniable, Dr. Zhang explains. Major cryptocurrency movements were happening in perfect synchronization with Conor McGregor's public activities. Someone was using advanced knowledge of his schedule and announcements to generate massive profits in digital currency markets. But the manipulation went far beyond just trading on advanced information. The investigation revealed that Conor's team had developed sophisticated systems for creating artificial demand for specific cryptocurrencies, manipulating social media sentiment, and coordinating with other major investors to create price movements that generated enormous profits. The scale of the operation was staggering. Dr. Zhang's analysis showed that Conor's cryptocurrency activities had generated over $100 million in profits over a 5-year period, making him one of the most successful crypto traders in the world. But more troubling was evidence that his trading activities had influenced the prices of major cryptocurrencies, potentially affecting the investments of millions of ordinary people around the world. This wasn't just successful investing, Dr. Zhang reveals. This was systematic market manipulation using resources and techniques that most individual investors could never access or defend against. But the most shocking discovery was still to come. The deeper Dr. Zhang investigated, the more he realized that Conor's cryptocurrency operations weren't just about making money. They were part of a larger strategy to build financial power and independence that operated completely outside traditional banking and regulatory systems. Conor's team had created their own cryptocurrency, initially called Notorious Coin, but later rebranded with a more generic name to avoid drawing attention. This digital currency was designed to be used exclusively within Conor's business empire, allowing him to conduct transactions, pay employees, and manage investments without any government oversight or traditional banking involvement. The private cryptocurrency system allowed Conor to essentially create his own financial ecosystem. Business partners could be paid in Notorious Coin, which could then be converted to other cryptocurrencies or traditional currencies through exchanges that Conor's team controlled or influenced. He basically created his own central bank, Dr. Zhang explains. Conor could issue currency, control its value, and use it to conduct business relationships that were completely invisible to tax authorities and financial regulators. But the system also created opportunities for activities that existed in legal gray areas or were potentially illegal in some jurisdictions. Further investigation revealed that Conor's cryptocurrency network was being used for purposes that went far beyond legitimate business activities. The privacy and anonymity of digital currencies made them perfect for transactions that needed to remain hidden from government oversight. Some of the transactions Dr. Zhang identified appeared to be payments for services that couldn't be conducted through traditional banking systems, everything from competitive intelligence gathering to reputation management services that operated in ethical gray areas. More concerning were large transactions that seemed to correspond with periods when Conor was facing legal challenges or regulatory scrutiny. The timing suggested that cryptocurrency was being used to fund legal strategies, settlement payments, or other activities related to managing legal and regulatory problems. The pattern suggested that cryptocurrency wasn't just an investment for Conor, it was a tool for managing aspects of his business and personal life that he wanted to keep completely private, Dr. Zhang observes. But perhaps the most troubling discovery was evidence that Conor's cryptocurrency operations had attracted the attention of organizations and individuals who operate far outside the boundaries of legal business. But here's what makes this story absolutely incredible, because what Dr. Zhang discovered next proves that Conor's cryptocurrency empire operates on a level that most people can't even comprehend. Before we continue with this shocking revelation about Conor's digital financial empire, make sure you're subscribed to Notorious Stories and hit that like button. We dive deep into the most shocking and untold stories of Conor McGregor's life, from his biggest victories to his most challenging moments. Drop a comment below and let us know, what other Conor McGregor secrets would you like us to investigate? The truth about the Notorious One is always more fascinating than what you see in the headlines. Dr. Zhang's investigation revealed that Conor's cryptocurrency network had become attractive to international criminal organizations who needed ways to move large amounts of money across borders without detection. While there's no evidence that Conor was directly involved in criminal activities, his sophisticated digital currency systems were being used by others for purposes that he may not have fully understood or approved. The problem with creating financial systems that operate outside traditional oversight is that you can't control who else wants to use them, Dr. Zhang explains. Conor may have built these systems for legitimate privacy reasons, but they became valuable to people with much more dangerous motivations. The investigation found evidence of transactions through Conor's cryptocurrency network that appeared to be related to money laundering, international arms dealing, and other activities that would be illegal in most countries. While Conor himself wasn't directly involved in these transactions, his systems provided the infrastructure that made them possible. This discovery put Conor in an incredibly dangerous position. He had unknowingly created financial systems that were valuable to international criminal organizations, making him both a valuable asset and a potential target for people who operate far outside the law. But the most shocking revelation was that government intelligence agencies had been monitoring Conor's cryptocurrency activities for years. In late 2023, Dr. Zhang's investigation attracted the attention of financial intelligence units in multiple countries who had been conducting their own investigation into cryptocurrency-based money laundering and market manipulation. What they shared with Dr. Zhang revealed that Conor's digital activities had been under surveillance by government agencies for much longer than anyone had realized. The intelligence agencies had identified Conor's cryptocurrency operations as part of larger investigations into international financial networks that were being used to move money for purposes that ranged from tax evasion to funding terrorism. While Conor himself wasn't suspected of these more serious crimes, his financial networks had become part of systems that were being used for activities that threatened national security. Government agencies were concerned not just about the market manipulation, but about the potential for Conor's systems to be used by hostile foreign actors, reveals a source familiar with the investigation. When you create financial networks that operate outside government oversight, you can't control who else finds them useful. The surveillance had revealed the full scope of Conor's cryptocurrency empire, including details that even Dr. Zhang's investigation hadn't uncovered. The government analysis showed that Conor's digital currency holdings exceeded $100 million and included investments in dozens of different cryptocurrencies, some of which were so obscure that most financial analysts had never heard of them. But the most concerning discovery was that some of Conor's cryptocurrency investments appeared to be coordinated with similar investments by individuals and organizations that were under investigation for much more serious financial crimes. The government investigation revealed that Conor's cryptocurrency activities had become entangled with international networks that included Russian oligarchs, Middle Eastern money brokers, and Asian organized crime syndicates. While there was no evidence that Conor was directly collaborating with these groups, his investment patterns and transaction timing suggested a level of coordination that couldn't be explained by coincidence. The problem is that cryptocurrency markets are relatively small and highly connected, explains Dr. Zhang. When major players make moves, it affects everyone else in the system. Conor may have thought he was operating independently, but his activities were inevitably connected to much more dangerous actors. The realization that his cryptocurrency empire had attracted government surveillance and become connected to international criminal networks forced Conor to make some difficult decisions about his digital investments. Intelligence sources suggest that he has been cooperating with government investigations while trying to extricate himself from the more dangerous aspects of his cryptocurrency involvement. But fully unwinding a $100 million cryptocurrency portfolio that has become integrated into international financial networks isn't simple or quick. Today, Conor's cryptocurrency situation remains complex and potentially dangerous. While he has reportedly ended the most questionable aspects of his digital currency operations, the connections and relationships he developed during his years as a crypto whale continue to create risks and opportunities that most people couldn't handle. Financial intelligence analysts believe that Conor's experience in cryptocurrency markets has given him knowledge and connections that extend far beyond what most celebrities or athletes possess. He understands international money flows, digital privacy systems, and financial networks in ways that make him valuable to both legitimate businesses and much more questionable organizations. Conor's cryptocurrency experience has essentially made him a financial insider in systems that most governments struggle to understand or regulate, observes Dr. Zhang. That knowledge makes him powerful, but it also makes him dangerous to people who prefer that these systems remain mysterious. The cryptocurrency empire that started as a simple investment strategy has evolved into something that operates at the intersection of legitimate business, regulatory gray areas, and international financial networks that most people can't even imagine. Conor's $100 million digital portfolio represents not just wealth, but knowledge and connections that could be used for purposes that go far beyond making money. Recent developments suggest that Conor is working to transform his cryptocurrency knowledge into more legitimate business ventures, including consulting work with financial institutions that are trying to understand and regulate digital currencies. But the connections and knowledge he developed during his years as a crypto whale will likely influence his business activities for decades to come. The investigation that started with unusual trading patterns has revealed that Conor McGregor operates in financial worlds that most celebrities never see. His cryptocurrency empire proves that beneath the public persona of a trash-talking fighter lies a sophisticated financial operator who understands some of the most complex and dangerous aspects of the modern global economy. Dr. Zhang's discovery of Conor's cryptocurrency activities has opened a window into a world where sports, entertainment, international finance, and potentially dangerous criminal networks intersect in ways that challenge everything people think they know about celebrity wealth and business sophistication. The $100 million cryptocurrency portfolio that was supposed to remain secret has become evidence that Conor McGregor operates on levels that most people can't comprehend, with knowledge and connections that extend far beyond the octagon or the whiskey business into the shadowy world of international digital finance. If you enjoyed this incredible story of hidden cryptocurrency empires and financial manipulation, make sure you're subscribed to Notorious Stories and hit that like button. We dive deep into the most shocking and untold stories of Conor McGregor's life, from his biggest victories to his most challenging moments. Drop a comment below and let us know, what other Conor McGregor secrets would you like us to investigate? The truth about the Notorious One is always more fascinating than what you see in the headlines.